Hello, Pat Norman here with your daily motivation. Hope you're having a great week. Last couple of weeks, we've talked a little bit about can't judge a book by its cover. And we talked about, can't judge people by their complexion, can't judge them by their height, can't judge them by any disability that they might have. Another thing that I was thinking about too, you can't judge people by their generational makeup, what year they were born, how old they are. It's just another form of discrimination. I think we've learned a lot in the last 18 months that we stand a lot to gain from all the different generations meshing together and coming together and working to actually make things happen. I did a little bit of reading and found out that, I think I'm a little bit before the baby boomers, a year or so before the baby boomers started. They say that the baby boomers are from like 1946 through 1964. Then you got your Generation X, which is 1965 through 1979. And then the Y generation, the millenniums, and so many of them, you've got the Y1s and the Y2s from 81 to 96 or thereabouts. But all of those things are subject to change. And then you've got the babies, of course, which are the Generation Z, which are your people that walk around with their computers and their smartphones all the time. But if you ever just stop to think how much you can learn from these individuals, I know I'm certainly glad that the Generation Zs are around because I'm completely computer illiterate. So I've learned a lot from being around people that are like between the ages of 6 and 24. Don't have a lot of people in my life at this point that are in that age group, but do have quite a few of them that are between 25 and 35, and even a few more between the 41 and the 56. So between all of those age groups, there's a lot to be learned. And I think if we just sometimes we'll just sit back and take the time to listen to what it is that they're concerned about. For example, we know that our Generation X's love to have the flexibility of being able to do things. And we have found that in this last year and a half, with the pandemic and everything, flexibility is good. We can work at home. We can work with kids around. We can work with husbands around. We can work with the pets around. We can do a lot of things. Before the pandemic, it was frowned upon working at home. And a lot of times this was kind of an icebreaker for people that were in that Generation X that wanted that flexibility. They wanted to just to go and sit out at their cabin or sit on the beach and do stuff and work with their laptops and their phones and, make these, do whatever it is that they were trying to do. They wanted to be able to do it. And bosses weren't allowing this to happen. But after last year, I think there's a little bit more flexibility with that because we know that things can still happen, whether you're in the office, whether your office is on Fifth Avenue, or if it's up in Harlem. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever it is that you need to do. If you've got your phone and your laptop, you can still do what you need to do, which is great. I had the pleasure of listening to an individual, and Tony Hsieh was probably in that Generation Y or that millennium group, probably the Y2, the older ones. Unfortunately, Tony died tragically last year in a fire. But I remember I was sitting at the MGM just ran, and I was there for an industry meeting. And we had said, we heard that the president and CEO of Zappos, which was a big online shoe company, is going to be speaking to us. So me, of course, I'm expecting this very distinguished looking individual to come in a suit and tie, or at least with a suit on an open shirt collar. Kept waiting for somebody to go up to the head table that fit that distinction or something of that effect, and didn't see anyone. And finally, I saw this little kid come in and had on jeans and a t-shirt and it's like a baseball cap. But I thought, oh, that's probably somebody's son. Well, little did I know that that was Tony. Tony, who was estimated to be worth somewhere about $950 million at the time of his death, and had given away over $400 million in helping to develop the downtown area of Las Vegas. But if you looked at Tony, you never would have seen or never would have known what type of person he was. Part of his life, he lived in a trailer down on and I don't remember which street it was, but in the downtown section of Las Vegas, had a lot of wild animals that were living down there with him. He developed what he called his campus down there. Process of building the campus, he actually interviewed, excuse me, his staff and asked them what they wanted. He said that he figured they would probably want something like a gymnasium and someplace that they could bring their kids and have the kids have a playroom or daycare or something like that. Or maybe even someplace that they could bring parents, because a lot of people are ending up with older parents staying with them. He said he was really shocked when the number one thing that came back on the survey was that people wanted to be able to bring their pets to work. So of course they can all bring their pets to work now. I just thought that was so great because pets are a great comfort. You know, when you get upset and out of whack, pets have a way of just kind of calming you down very easily. So I think we could all take a lesson from that and push that pause button or the reset button and just take a step back and reevaluate the individual that's in front of you and see what it is that they have to offer that you can use. Something that's going to make your life better, easier, whatever it might be. Because all of us just really want to be able to be respected. We want to be able to feel like we're getting a fair deal or being judged fairly. And we don't want to be treated like the children of God that we really are. So I think if you just keep all of this in mind in the dealings with whoever you're dealing with, whether they're of the X, Y, Z, A, whatever generation, if they're Black, white, Hispanic, if they're short, tall, disabled, it doesn't matter. We're all still children of God, and we all still want to be respected and loved. So go out, make it a great day. I'd like to leave you with this one little thought here. It was that if you see beautiful people through your eyes, then other people will see you as beautiful also. So make yourself beautiful, smile, put on that happy face. And remember, when you get up in the morning, be sure to thank God for the day and give your affirmation that this is going to be a great day, a glorious day. So now you know that if you're going to be judging people by their cover, erase that. It's not necessary. It's not worth it. Just judge the person by who they are and what they're trying to do for you. Make it a great day, a fabulous week, and look forward to seeing you again next time. Thanks for joining. Bye now.